Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw. And tonight we are kicking us off with a non-title matchup where Bronson Reed, your United Kingdom champion, takes on Wade Barrett himself. It's going to be a good old-fashioned brawl between these two gentlemen. So you got Grayson Waller on your right and Austin Theory on your left, at least on the screen. Obviously it's vice versa. But tonight, this is a big matchup for Bronson Reed as he gets ready for a big-time matchup next week live at the Raw exclusive pay-per-view of Halloween Havoc, where Mr. Bronson Reed will have a unification matchup with Ilya Dragunov, who is the United States champion. It is bound to be one of the hardest-hitting unification matches in a very, very long time. Imagine just a bunch of blood in that matchup. It's bound to have a bunch of bruises as well between both superstars. But now we get ready for this next matchup as Wade Barrett makes his way down to the ring. Man had a big almost like a championship type matchup against CM Punk, obviously. At Backlash, walked out the winner, and now Wade Barrett is looking to continue to roll. And last week we saw Ilya Dragunov team up with this man Wade Barrett to take on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and the team of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller picked up the victory. So Wade Barrett is looking to get back into the win column. Undefeated so far in singles action. Tag team wise, obviously he's not much of a tag team superstar, but when it comes to wins and losses, certainly Wade Barrett wants to continue on the right side of things, does not want to be called a loser. And in this matchup, it's going to be very hard to not be called a loser in this situation with how hot Bronson Reed has been over the last couple months. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Who can walk out the winner? Oh, going for that big splash in the corner. Wade Barrett had him well scouted there. And look at these big old haymakers from Wade Barrett. Absolutely brutal. Bare knuckle fighter. Talking about that bare knuckle fighting, already busting open Bronson Reed within the first minute of the matchup starting. And that may have just awoken Bronson Reed. And almost, look at this, almost like a guillotine type of maneuver from Bronson Reed, trying to make Wade Barrett tap out in the center of this ring here. This may be too early, but certainly it will slow down Wade Barrett's early momentum there. Now Wade Barrett, swinging neck breaker, takes it to the big man. Gonna go for another pinfall opportunity here. Will this be enough? No. Strong kick out from Bronson. Like we mentioned, Bronson Reed's rise here in WWE has been nothing short but great for Bronson Reed ever since coming back here to WWE. He has been on a massive tear on this roster. Does not matter who you are, he has ran through you. He's ran through Drew McIntyre and so many others to become to where he's at right now, and that is being your United Kingdom champion as he connects there with a clothesline. And I can only imagine what it's going to look like when Bronson Reed and Ilya Dragunov go at it one-on-one for that unification matchup. The winner will be not only the United States champion, but the United Kingdom championship, both championships merging together. Go with the collar elbow tie-up. Bronson Reed, big old power slam. Going to loosen up that lower back of Wade Barrett to possibly set up that tsunami later on in this matchup, if he's able to actually get to that point in the matchup. And ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a big night ahead of us, especially the main event, as Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champion, he will be in action as he takes on the legendary Goldberg here tonight. Goldberg and Dolph Ziggler will be going at it one-on-one live there at Halloween Havoc. I'm very curious to see how that's all going to come into play. As Bronson Reed has him up for big old Death Valley Driver. Down goes Wade Barrett, and high risk. Are we going to see it? Tsunami to Wade Barrett. Is that it? 2, 3. Yes, it is. Bronson Reed coming out here and running right through Wade Barrett. Bronson Reed not coming out here and playing games, whatever. He came out here and literally squashed him at the end with that big tsunami, all that weight on the chest and the midsection. And Bronson Reed is on fire right now. Can he become the United Kingdom Champion and United States Champion live at Halloween Havoc next week? Cannot wait to see the match. Hey guys, just got your text. What's up? What's going on? I'm glad you finally got our texts and calls, Kurt. We've been trying to get a hold of you for weeks and weeks to really address what you've been really doing to Alpha Academy. It should be about us as a whole squad here going out here and dominating Monday Night Raw, but these last couple months you've made it about yourself, and there's something we just need to talk about. Now, don't get me wrong, Kurt. Otis and I absolutely love you being our manager of our group and everything like that, but ever since you coming back, you've attacked people. Have you done anything that's unbecoming of an Alpha Academy person? And with attacking AJ Styles, and you've been trying to get through his head and everything, it just doesn't make sense, Kurt. You should be focusing on us, and you haven't been focusing on us. So we wanted to see what's going on with you. I will be the first one to admit, I let my ego get the best of me. Getting back here in WWE, it has made me feel that energy that I had when I was wrestling before I retired. It made me feel like myself again, and that's what I absolutely love. And when I see you and Otis, I just see so much of me when I see you guys wrestle. So I do apologize. It was my ego getting the best of me. Oh, Chad, you got a match tonight with Braun Breaker, who's one of the most dominant superstars in the early going, and he's going to be the future of Monday Night Raw. But you and Otis have a brighter future. So how about this? We are going to scout DX. I'm going to be in your corner at Halloween Havoc, and we're going to make sure you guys continue to be the Raw Tag Team Champions, and I will make sure all my focus goes into making sure everything goes as smoothly as it can be for Alpha Academy. So let's get on out there. Well, hopefully Kurt Angle means what he actually says with talking to Chad Gable just moments ago. And he's completely right. He let his ego get the best of himself. So hopefully Kurt Angle will do what he said he will and put all the focus that he wanted to do, put all that focus into Alpha Academy. As here comes Dolph Ziggler and company. This next matchup will be Braun Breaker taking on Chad Gable. This is going to be an awesome wrestling matchup, but coming up at Halloween Havoc next week, it will be Dolph Ziggler versus the WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg, as well as Braun Breaker and Big E challenge for those Raw Tag Team Championships live there at Halloween Havoc as well. Recently, Big E and Braun Breaker defeated the LWO in tag team action to get themselves an opportunity for those Raw Tag Team Championships. Yes, they did win. I mean, there's plenty of other tag teams that they probably should have wins over, but Shawn Michaels, I mean, it's his, that's his group essentially. But Dolph Ziggler is the leader of this new version of D-Generation X. Shawn Michaels and Triple H still have, overseeing abilities, obviously, of the group. But now we wait for Chad Gable, Otis, and Kurt Angle to make their way down to the ring. Shoosh, please. Chad Gable has certainly had a hell of a career here in the series, ladies and gentlemen, with him being a multi-time tag team champion with himself and Jason Jordan. That was a long time ago, part of American Alpha, before Jason Jordan would go down with an injury where that kind of sidelined his career. Chad Gable having to kind of go his own route for the longest time, singles career for a while, and then, well, he would have get joined up with, at that time, Buddy Murphy, and Apollo Crews would join Cruise Control. Chad Gable would recruit Otis, who his tag team partner would have some issues as well, not getting signed back to WWE, and Otis and Chad Gable have been a tag team ever since then. after leaving Cruise Control, and this is their first tag team championship as a team, and they plan on walking out of Halloween Havoc with those tag team championships, but we'll see how it fares tonight in singles action between Chad and Braun. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Let's see what type of wrestling we're going to get here. Some Olympic type of wrestling from Chad Gable and Braun Breaker, one of the most fast rising superstars in WWE. We've seen what he was capable there in NXT, former NXT champion, former NXT United Kingdom champion, and Breaker now getting to the main roster, to Monday Night Raw, being joined with Big E and Dolph Ziggler. I think the sky is the limit for this young man, Braun Breaker. There's a big old power slam, takes down Chad Gable there. For Gable's got to be very careful. You cannot let a powerful man like Braun Breaker start just throwing you around the whole matchup type of thing, because then the matchup is going to be very short and it's going to be done with very quickly. As Braun Breaker thrown towards Kurt Angle there. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have plenty more still to come. As coming up next, we are going to have Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage Control taking on Candice LaRae in Indy Hartwell. Candice LaRae is going to look to get some momentum before her big-time women's heavyweight championship matchup next week here live at Halloween Havoc. As both of these men need to start getting back in the ring to avoid a count out here. Gable now back inside the ring. We'll see if Breaker can get back in before a count out, and he does. Also, later on tonight, we have a matchup between the Usos and Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. We'll see if the Usos can pick up a win before their big tag team matchup at Halloween Havoc, as they will be taking on their family, The Rock and Solo Sikoa, there at Halloween Havoc. As well, later on tonight, we're going to have Dolph Ziggler, the leader of D-Generation X. He'll be taking on DIY's own Tommaso Ciampa. Braun Breaker warming up that big arm there and takes down Chad Gable there. And then two big-time matches, a matchup I'm actually looking forward to. We already mentioned Roman Reigns and Goldberg, but two unlikely alliances going into this matchup. You've have Seth Rollins and AJ Styles teaming up. We saw on SmackDown when they were going after the United States Championship, but that was a very heated rivalry between both men. But these two work together tonight to take on the team of CM Punk and Logan Paul. Two unlikely superstars. They are very cocky, very confident Logan Paul's a young superstar. CM Punk has been in this business for a long time, but we'll see how that tag team matchup goes later on, as AJ Styles will be taking on Logan Paul one-on-one at Halloween Havoc, and so will Seth Rollins and CM Punk one-on-one at the Premium Live event, as Braun Breaker kicking out just in time. Gable now going to have to try and figure out what he wants to do, as a big clothesline takes down the big man Braun Breaker. I think Gable's so far so good, able to tame Braun Breaker's speed at this moment, which is not a bad thing at all, especially when Braun Breaker starts getting that speed going. Oh my goodness, it's like a freight train that cannot be stopped. As now Braun Breaker with a standing over the head suplex. Down goes Chad Gable, and now Braun looking to end this matchup here. Uh-oh, this is not good for Chad Gable. Gable, oh no, the military press slam. Down goes Gable. Oh, and Gable's able to kick out just in time. Breaker frustrated. He cannot believe it. He does not know how much more Gable can take here. But Braun, if he hits this has to be game over. You got to believe. Yes, it is. Big spear there at Chad Gable. And will he go for he's not going to go for the pinfall right away. Very surprising here. Braun Breaker wants to send a message to Alpha Academy here. Has him up. Military press power slam again. Is this it? 2, 3. Yes, it is. Breaker, impressive as hell tonight, over one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. That was just a impressive showing from Braun Breaker tonight over Chad Gable. And if you're Alpha Academy, you got to start maybe worrying here. But hopefully Kurt Angle can rally the troops and get some good scouting done. Because if not, we may be looking at new Raw Tag Team Champions at Halloween Havoc. And that very well may be Braun Breaker and Big E. Now it is time for some women's tag team action, as here comes Damage Control, Iyo Sky Dakota Kai, and also the leader of Damage Control, that being your women's world champion, Bayley. Bayley somehow survived that steel cage match recently at Backlash between herself and Bianca Belair. There was times where Bianca probably should have escaped the cage. She got greedy in terms of wanting to put on one of those moments that nobody will ever forget. Bayley watching Bianca Belair jump off the top of the cage towards her, misses, and Bayley would connect with a maneuver and then eventually would put down Bianca Belair. But that matchup was a show stealer for sure, man. Those women put on a clinic in that matchup, and we'll see how Bayley and Candice LaRae turn out next week at Halloween Havoc. It is bound to be a technical wrestling match in the terms of what Candice LaRae brings to the table. Bayley, she's going to be very methodical, very slow with how she wants to make this matchup in her favor, and especially if Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai are going to be ringside still with that matchup. I mean, it's only going to get worse for Candice LaRae at Halloween Havoc. As there's Indy Hartwell with Candice LaRae, Miss Wrestling, making her way down to the ring. Very curious to see how Candice LaRae is going to fare against Bayley. Bayley has won a lot of matches in her career, especially being a former Raw Women's Champion, now the Women's World Champion. Bayley's beaten the best of the best, from Bianca to Charlotte Flair to Becky Lynch to Sasha Banks to every single woman on this roster. It pretty much seems that Bayley has had a match with. Singles, tag team, whatever it may be. Bayley's had some massive wins in her career, and she's only continued to get better. And the only reason she lost her championship in the first place was Bianca Belair's cash in the night after WrestleMania. As the referee gets the matchup underway here, we got Iyo Sky, Indy Hartwell kicking us off here. Bayley will have a close eye on this matchup, as that is not something you want to have your face dragged through. And I think we're going to see Indy Hartwell a lot more often, especially with if Candice LaRae gets more opportunities, Indy Hartwell will get more opportunities as well. She's very green in the ring, but I believe she has a lot of potential, and we'll see if she'll be able to really continue to grow as a competitor. And I mean, she's been very impressive as well from time to time, so I think there's a lot of potential for Indy Hartwell, and I cannot wait to see how she fares, the rest of the year. Indy now trying to go after that left leg. The left leg, the left quad area of Iyo Sky. And I think Indy Hartwell's doing the right thing right now, slowing down Iyo Sky. Go after those legs right now, so Iyo Sky can't go for that moonsault or any of those big time maneuvers, as Candice LaRae Irish whipping Iyo Sky pretty hard there. We all know about Dakota Kai and Candice LaRae. Dakota Kai leaving the early stages of the way to join up with Bayley and Iyo Sky. That's a big clothesline from Candice LaRae, takes down Iyo Sky. Gonna get the tag. Here comes Indy Hartwell, the power, the muscle of the way. Or DIY, whatever you'd like to consider them, but they are a big family. They are DIY. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Dexter Lumis, Indy Hartwell, and Candice LaRae. Certainly a big old family. Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell married. We haven't really seen too much of Dexter Lumis in a long time. As here we go with the tag. Oh, this ain't good. Candice LaRae. Oh, big axe handle there to Dakota Kai. Certainly Candice LaRae would love to put down Damage Control tonight and send a message to Bayley before that big-time Women's World Championship matchup next week. Look at Candice LaRae making that look oh so perfect there. Big haymaker there from Candice LaRae. Could be in a very bad spot here as a different variation of a bulldog type of maneuver as a pinfall, but still plenty left in the tank of Dakota Kai there. And another women's matchup we're going to have later on tonight is two women that have just recently joined the Monday Night Raw roster a couple weeks ago in that women's battle royal, that being the Irresistible Force, Nia Jax and Kairi Sane. Go at it one-on-one later on tonight. We'll see who can climb up the Raw women's rankings here on Raw. I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be later on tonight, though. Nia Jax and Kairi Sane returning back to Monday Night Raw. WWE in general, we'll see what they can add to this division, which is already, having a little bit of taste of everything in this division. We still got Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Iyo Sky, Dakota Kai, so many other big-time names, especially Tamina as well. You got Valhalla, part of the Viking Raiders, who are associated with the Wyatt family. Undertaker, Kane, the Viking Raiders, Alexa Bliss as well. As Iyo Sky with the Irish off the ropes there. Nice snap suplex from Iyo Sky. Will that be enough? 2! No, Indy Hartwell keeps herself in the matchup for a little bit longer. And now, going for that suicide dive. Kind of hurt Dakota Kai and Indy at the same time, pardon me. Ooh, and a big chop to the middle of that back. Here comes Indy Hartwell, bringing that all-out fighting ability right here outside here. Going with the underhook. Oh my goodness, what a power maneuver there. And now Indy Hartwell going to set her sights on Dakota Kai here. This ain't good for Dakota Kai. Indy Hartwell, a one-man band at the moment. And Bayley doing some stretches just in case she maybe have to get involved. A running punt kick there from Indy Hartwell, and then a neck breaker as well. Indy Hartwell's all fired up right now. She could be mere moments away from putting out the likes of Iyo Sky and Damage Control here. Indy Hartwell going to go for a suplex. Oh, no, Iyo Sky with a pivotal reversal in this moment in this matchup. Does she try to get a tag? Certainly, you got to believe so with what's going on. As Indy, big old clubbing blow, takes down the former SmackDown Women's Champion. Another strong kick out there from Iyo Sky. It feels like Iyo Sky is fighting for her life at this moment. As Indy again, look at this underhook release slam as well. I think she's trying to do maybe a springboard of some type or something, but Iyo Sky continues to get up to her feet, not having much luck with whatever she has in store here. As Dakota Kai, Iyo Sky working together here. Big old suplex takes down the muscle of DIY. And now here comes Candice LaRae, the #1 contender. Can Candice LaRae get something going for their team? Off the ropes we go. Dakota Kai, roll through, takedown into a big kick to the chest area. Ooh, you could literally hear that from the cheap seats. And as we mentioned, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the Usos take on Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo next, live here on Monday Night Raw. Usos have a big-time matchup, family versus family, at Halloween Havoc. They'll be taking on The Rock and Solo Sikoa. Let's look at these big old haymakers from Candice LaRae, just beating the tarnation out of Iyo Sky. And like we mentioned, if Candice LaRae and Indy Hartwell can take down Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai enough, that there might be an opportunity for Candice LaRae to kind of have a even keel matchup with Bayley and not have to deal with the outside interference. But that's only if they can take down Damage Control. There's a pin opportunity here for Iyo Sky. Uh-oh. Iyo Sky. She thinking Spanish fly? Yes, she does! Spanish fly from Iyo Sky, the genius of the sky there. Candice LaRae might be down and out. But Iyo Sky not done yet. And the crowd here tonight, sold out capacity crowd, they are definitely right. This is awesome, especially seeing that Spanish fly. As now we get that, oh, flatliner taken down. Candice LaRae. Candice is in trouble. I don't know how much more she has left in her at this moment. As uh-oh, Dakota Kai gonna look to put the final pieces of this match away. Big boot. And now, come on. This is just awful to see Dakota Kai. Another big boot. That has to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Pinfall 2. No! Candice LaRae kicks out. Candice LaRae is a fighter, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to continue to fight until the very end. But how much more is left in this fighter? How much can Candice LaRae do it? She moves out of the way for that potential missile drop kick. And now Candice takes her down. Uh-oh. Going to look for that surfboard type of maneuver. Going to stretch her out. And oh my goodness. Definitely got some whiplash with that maneuver. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough? I don't know what's going on with Indi Hartwell at ringside. Candice LaRae could, you know, try to get a tag to Indi, but Indi's not trying to get back in the ring, and I don't. This could be a development between Indi and them. As look at Dakota Kai gonna take down Indi Hartwell just in case. As Candice LaRae takes down Iyo Sky. We are now back to a one-on-one encounter here between both women. And Dakota Kai showing you why she's a part of Team Kick here with those brutal kicks to the chest area there of Candice. And Dakota Kai all freaking out right now. LaRae's trying to get out of here, just trying to get something going for herself. As now Indi Hartwell finally back on the apron after whatever was going through her mind. Maybe she got a couple loose cobwebs there to where she didn't know where she was at. Here we go with the tag. Dakota Kai, Iyo Sky. What's going to happen here? Ooh, big boot there. Iyo Sky making sure Candice cannot get a tag whatsoever. Cutting off the ring, and that's a great thing to do for Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky all fired up, but she doesn't realize that Candice LaRae gets the tag, and now here comes Indi Hartwell. Collar elbow tie up. Indi Hartwell. Oh, look at this. Big time Hurricane Rana. Very inadvertent way to hit that Hurricane Rana. We go back and forth the ropes, but Iyo Sky, perfect dodge. Another big dodge from Indi Hartwell as well. And now Indi done playing around. Look at this, spiking her on her head. Is this enough for the way? No. Indi Hartwell, the impressive Indi Hartwell, not able to get it done. As a springboard elbow to the chest of Iyo Sky, finally able to connect with that maneuver she's been looking for all matchup. And they win! DIY! Massive win for Dakota Kai. Or I should say the massive win for Indi Hartwell and Candice LaRae. It took a little bit of time for Indi Hartwell to help her tag team partner in this matchup, but once she finally got tagged in towards the end of this matchup, she was able to put down the rest of Damage Control. It's a big boot there early on against Candice, but massive win for DIY tonight for Candice LaRae. She definitely needed that going into next week's Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen. Can Candice LaRae pull off a massive upset? And now the Usos are going to be taking on Los Lotharios here. This is a big time moment for Los Lotharios to really climb the tag team division. They talk about not being given those opportunities or being able to earn those opportunities without being able to be put in matches and whatnot. Well, here's a perfect opportunity for just that. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo certainly have a long lineage of their families being in professional wrestling, and they dedicate that every single match that they're in to their family, their grandfathers, and the rest of their family in general. And they're going to have to take on another family, that being the Usos, who certainly have their own big-time family, obviously. Roman Reigns, The Rock, Rocky Maivia, and I guess that's the same guy. But nonetheless, they're Rikishi. You could literally go on for days and days, and you have people, certain family members of the bloodline that are in the independent scene that, you know, maybe one day WWE signs them. So, I mean, you just don't know. Their blood is just so damn good when it comes to professional wrestling. As now, here comes the Usos, the right-hand man, Jimmy Uso, and then the main event, Jey Uso. Last week on Monday Night Raw, we saw Jimmy and Jey call out The Rock and Solo Sikoa for a matchup. Rock and Solo accepted it, but then we also saw in the main event Jey and Jimmy essentially helping out Gunther, even though they're only out there to take out The Rock and Solo Sikoa. But certainly the job was done enough to where Gunther could pick up a win over the People's Champion and one of the best to ever do it. Yes, The Rock did layeth the smackdown on one of the Usos' candy ass, but when The Rock would come back inside the ring, he would be met with just massive offense from Gunther, and Gunther would walk out victorious against The Rock. And here we go, Jimmy Uso kicking us off here against Humberto Carrillo. And obviously the Usos definitely need a win, especially with that big-time matchup like we mentioned. It is going to be a hard-hitting matchup that night, but a lot of it's going to be psychological when it comes to that matchup, especially with The Rock. He's the master of mind games. Good guy, bad guy, he is one of the best when it comes to that. As what a super kick there to Humberto Carrillo. That was spot on, right there on the chin. And especially when you got Solo Sikoa, the younger brother of the Usos. There's a lot to come into play here. It's Humberto. What is he thinking? Ooh, nice DDT spiking Jimmy right on his face there. Jimmy's in trouble now. Look at Humberto Carrillo. Oh my goodness. That thing was fast, like a torpedo. But somehow Jimmy is able to survive this onslaught of that maneuver, and that will definitely help him out. Attacking the knee of Humberto Carrillo certainly will slow him down, as a strong pinfall there. Just a 1 count, though. As now, look at Jimmy Uso. If you think you can fly for Humberto, Jimmy Uso can match him. Maybe not as fast as Humberto, but you definitely saw that the Usos can match what Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza bring to the table. Usos, one of the best tag teams in the world today, did fall up a bit short against the Brothers of Destruction there at Backlash, but certainly, you know, it's one of those things where there's going to be a moment in time where the past is going to be better than the actual present. There's always going to be superstars better from the past than the current product. And, well, certainly looks like Undertaker and Kane certainly may still be one of the best tag teams of all time. As now Jey Uso finally gets himself tagged in the ring. And my question is, when will Jey and Jimmy use their Raw Tag Team Championship opportunity, since they are no longer part of the bloodline? As look at Jey Uso over the top, taking down Angel Garza. Main event, Jey Uso is on fire here. The crowd is on fire tonight. This crowd absolutely loving what they're seeing here tonight. Now Jey Uso back on Angel here. Definitely a lot of potential between Jimmy and Jey, the Usos, after getting out of the bloodline. As, you know, for them to go after the tag team championships, or even maybe branch out one day. As Jey Uso feeling himself up here, Angel Garza could be in trouble from main event Jey Uso here. Oh, But Angel, he feels that this could be towards the end of this matchup, and Angel going to continue to fight. He believes this is his opportunity to showcase what Los Lotharios can bring. Los Lotharios, yes, they've been, it seems like on every single brand, they are just looking for the opportunity to showcase their skills. It's a lot of superstars like that. They just need that one moment to showcase what they bring and impress one of these general managers, and, well, their career will skyrocket. As nice maneuver there, takes down Jey Uso. Oh, what? Look at that reversal. Nice maneuver there from Angel Garza. That's what I'm saying. Just so unpredictable when you face off with a team like Angel Garza and Humberto. It's very, very underrated. As now Garza. Ooh, a dropkick to the side of the skull. And now Angel trying to decide what he wants to do. He has a down and out Jey Uso. I believe Angel could go for the pinfall. This is certainly could be match over with, but he's going to let Humberto try to maybe put the icing on top. Let him get an offense in. But as this matchup goes, Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen, like we mentioned, is next week. We have NXT TakeOver, our Halloween Havoc, next Saturday, as well as the Raw exclusive pay-per-view the night afterwards. Halloween Havoc is bound to definitely have I would say definitely would lead us into the biggest stages of towards the end of the year, especially once we get into Survivor Series and everything like that. We'll really figure out what we're going to be building up to, especially since Raw is going to have a whole month to build up to Survivor Series, while, you know, right now, SmackDown, they just finished their pay-per-view last night of Night of Champions, where they have a whole different era going on now with 4 new champions and a lot of uncertain futures going on over there. So we'll really see what the roster is going to be looking like on Friday Night SmackDown. But the next pay-per-view for SmackDown is in 4 weeks' time. That will be the ECW One Night Stand. And then after ECW One Night Stand, that only gives SmackDown 2 weeks. Doesn't mean that JBL can't make some matches for Survivor Series or figure out something, as the wing clipper there from Angel Garza always going to turn it into a submission hold here. Last time I've ever seen the Angel Clipper, he's done it and then he's released it and then he's gone for the pinfall off of this. But this is very innovative submission. I have not thought about a possible submission for that type of maneuver, but that's very innovative. I like that from Garza. Definitely impressing me here against one of the best to ever do it, and that is the Usos. Jimmy looking to put away Angel Garza, though. Done playing around. Oh, big haymaker stops him in his tracks. Jimmy now, big haymakers. Oh, just toss him around like a cruiserweight like he is. And a flying headbutt right to the ribs. That is not going to be feeling too good. As, oh, a little bit of a little fancy chopped there. Certainly the Usos wouldn't be able to do that type of maneuver if they were still part of the bloodline, you feel. As their tag, here comes Humberto Carrillo, trying to get the momentum back in the corner that they had just a little bit ago. But certainly the Usos would love to, you know, wait a minute, roll through, super kick right there to Carrillo. They would love to put this matchup away as soon as they can to try to be 100% before their big-time matchup next week. As, oh, big reversal from Carrillo. And now Carrillo, springboard. No, he misses it. Didn't realize Jimmy was going to be moving. And that gives a perfect opportunity for main event Jey Uso to get tagged in this matchup. Now Jey, what's he thinking about doing? He has Carrillo in the corner. Bad spot to be when you're again in a corner against the main event Jey Uso. And now look at that, just tossing him up in the air. Awkward landing for Humberto. But like I mentioned, when would be a good time for the Usos to use that tag team championship opportunity? I believe you can't do it right now, obviously, with what they're dealing with the family, with The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa. So when exactly, you know, because we don't know how dragged out this thing is. It's going to be between the bloodline. It's a fraction between both of that as a Uso splash pinfall opportunity. 2, 3, yes, the Uso splash from main event Jey Uso, and the cracks of the bloodline may actually help out the Usos there as they looked impressive tonight. So did Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo of Los Lotharios, but look at that Uso splash, and it was all she wrote. Big win for the Usos, and I'm really looking forward to their matchup against The Rock and their younger brother Solo Sikoa. That matchup is going to be off the frickin' charts. I cannot wait. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and now we have the two women that have recently joined the Monday Night Raw roster. Kairi Sane taking on the irresistible force, Nia Jax. Now this is almost like a David versus Goliath. You got a small woman, a very impressive woman in Kairi Sane, and then you got a monster in Nia Jax. We've certainly seen our David versus Goliath matches throughout the years, and certainly can add this one to it, but I think Kairi Sane might be able to pull off an upset here. We haven't seen these women in a couple years, but certainly with their return, it is anywhere possible for these women to get in title contention, but it's going to take them some time to get into contention. There are so many women that have been in and out of WWE throughout the years now, and certainly with Kairi Sane and Nia Jax, the rankings are going to start, getting longer and longer, and opportunities are going to start maybe slipping away from a couple women that may be in that, contention. But it doesn't mean that, certainly you can't be down on yourself. You got to continue to train and get better. But for Kairi Sane and Nia Jax to sign back to WWE, certainly they got to have that main objective to becoming that next women's world champion here on Raw. As now we wait for the irresistible force Nia Jax to make herself down to the ring, because she is not like most girls. She has one of the most devastating Samoan drops in a long time from a lot of superstars, and that's saying something when you got the likes of Roman Reigns, Jey and Jimmy Uso, even Rikishi as well. So, I mean, we've seen a lot of good Samoan drops throughout our years here in the series. And I think for Nia Jax too, she's looking to win her first championship as well in the series. Not been able to get that far just yet. But maybe signing back to WWE might get herself that opportunity. Because you got Bayley as the women's champion, but I think if you are able to take out Damage Control, I think you will be one step away from winning that women's championship. As the referee rings the bell, here we go. Who is going to be able to climb up the rankings and get themselves an opportunity eventually to maybe get a matchup against Bayley? It's not going to be easy. Going to have to continue to fight and claw. Nia Jax with a nice side slam there. Kairi Sane cannot allow this to happen. If Nia Jax starts throwing her around, this may be game over. Nia Jax already talking some trash. Kairi Sane got to figure out something, but it looks like she just ran into a brick wall, ladies and gentlemen. Kairi Sane over coming from Japan, where most of the superstars are, probably around her size for the most part. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you come back to WWE, you got all sorts of these women that, bigger, taller, stronger. Doesn't mean that they're better than Kairi Sane, but it's a whole different ball game when you're back into one of the biggest wrestling organizations in the world today. And right now, Kairi Sane is having trouble at this moment against Nia Jax here. Oh, big clubbing blow again to Kairi Sane. Uh-oh. And again, just tossing her in. Nia Jax looking very unstoppable at this moment. And I can only imagine what this roster is thinking since Nia Jax is back here on this roster. Probably not too many good things, but we won't go into that. Oh no, oh my goodness. gonna try to rip her apart, try to break her back there. Absolutely horrendous there is now. Oh no, Nia Jax. Second rope, Kairi Sane finally moving out of the way. Kairi needs to get something going here. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought maybe for a second she was thinking suplex. Imagine if Nia Jax gets suplexed by Kairi Sane. It would not be on my bingo list for 2023, but anything can happen as Nia Jax tossing her away, and now a big old elbow to the chest. Kairi Sane's momentum falling and falling more and more as we go, being just tossed around. This may not be a good singles matchup for Kairi Sane's return here. Like we said, both Nia and Kairi Sane were a part of that Battle Royal matchup a couple weeks ago where Candice LaRae won, and we'll see Bayley and Candice LaRae go at it live at Halloween Havoc. As now Kairi Sane with an enziguri to the skull takes down Nia. This is where Kairi Sane has to capitalize right now, because she's got to be battered and bruised. She's had to eaten a lot of damage in this matchup. And Kairi Sane all fired up right now, telling Nia Jax to kiss her you-know-what. As now, oh, spear! A spear out of nowhere, tearing Nia Jax in half. That was absolutely crazy. I was not expecting that. And now, Kairi Sane, big running kick to the chest. Kairi Sane firing herself up right now. This is her moment. This could be the right opportunity to put away Nia Jax here. Another spear. It is Spear City from Kairi Sane. She is trying to loosen up Nia Jax, and this is the opportunity to do it. Nia Jax is down and out. This is the greatest opportunity she can, as a spinning backhand to Nia Jax. Is that going to be enough to pull off an upset here? No, Nia Jax kicks out at 2.5. Was that the last ditch effort for Kairi Sane in this matchup? Going to toss Nia Jax to the outside here. I don't know if this is the best strategy, to be honest with you. I think you got to keep Nia Jax, because I think if Nia Jax is able to get your hands on her, I think this could turn into trouble for Kairi Sane. And right now she's about to be in trouble, getting tossed on the barricade, and now eats a big, devastating boot. And just like that, that gives Nia Jax the momentum she needs to get back into this matchup. I think that was the last-ditch effort for Kairi Sane, unfortunately, as she gets tossed into the barricade again. Both women need to get back in the ring now to avoid a possible countout. Another big boot. I don't know how many more times you could get kicked in the face, honestly. As now Nia, but Kairi Sane fighting. She's going to continue to fight. She's able to slip out of it. We are at a 6 now. Both women need to get themselves back in the ring here, as she tosses Nia right into the barricade. Uh-oh, referee at an 8. Are we going to see a count-out victory here? And Kairi Sane gonna... Oh, Kairi Sane at the last second rolling out, but the referee is still going to call it a count-out victory. I guess we'll see what it looks like, but still the referee gonna call it a count out. Look at that, the 9 count. Kairi Sane taking her time, and I mean technically she's still in the ring. Kairi Sane still wins via a count out. Welcome back to Kairi Sane. She didn't have to roll out the ring, but she was going to. But nonetheless, the Pirate Princess wins tonight live on Raw. Wait a minute. Goldberg from behind. Oh my goodness, a spinning heel kick as well. Goldberg is here. We know he's supposed to be in the main event tonight, but Goldberg taking care of business right here, right now. Big time jackhammer to Braun Breaker. He is not playing around here. Oh my goodness, throwing him right into the steel door. Again with an axe handle. Where the hell is Big E at when you need him? Oh my goodness. This is a big old beat down here to Braun Breaker. Oh my god. This is just absolutely brutal. Was not expecting this. Absolute brutal affair right now backstage here. Big old jackhammer there. And wait a minute. Now there's Big E. Now Big E getting hit from behind. Now Goldberg gonna take out D-Generation X here. Oh, and a big old-fashioned jackhammer there as well. And now here comes Breakker from behind though. And again, Breakker, the numbers game. Oh, but the super kick though from Goldberg. Some craziness going on here on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Very unfortunate to see D-Generation X. I hope you can sense my sarcasm there. But Goldberg taking out Braun Breakker there and Big E backstage there. And right now, Dolph Ziggler would normally have the numbers game, but right now he's going to be outnumbered. This is going to be Tommaso Ciampa taking on Dolph Ziggler one-on-one. But the thing is, I don't think Dolph Ziggler knows that Goldberg is actually taken out. His own crew has taken out both Braun Breakker and Big E. Because Ziggler is getting ready to be coming out here. Obviously, the entranceway to come out here, that's on the other side of the arena. So you got to think that Braun and Big E were, putting stuff in their cars and going to be coming back out. But certainly, the numbers game is not in the favor of Dolph Ziggler now. And Ziggler's acting like everything's okay. We'll see how it is when he knows for sure that Big E and Braun Breakker won't be actually coming out here. But maybe Dolph doesn't need both of them tonight to put away like a man like Tommaso Ciampa, one of the most dangerous superstars in all of WWE. Tommaso Ciampa with that fairy tale ending, very brutal maneuver, but also Tommaso Ciampa, former NXT champion, multi-time NXT champion, former NXT Tag Team champion with Johnny Gargano. Also a Intercontinental Championship reign for Tommaso Ciampa as well. And had some massive matches with Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns was the Universal Champion. Some good old tough tests between both superstars, but Reigns obviously got the better of him back then. We know how cocky, confident Dolph Ziggler is, and he's going to have to be very confident when he faces off with a man like Goldberg, one of the best to ever do it, and he is a WWE Hall of Famer. How will that match go down next week here live at Halloween Havoc? But Ziggler has to focus on Tommaso Ciampa. Cannot put his eyes on that matchup until he either goes through Ciampa tonight or if he eats defeat. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. And, for Dolph Ziggler, a former United States champion in his career, one of the most, honestly, best reigns as United States champion in all of the series history there on SmackDown. I know Ziggler doesn't want to be living in the past, but certainly it's going to be a major accomplishment for the Zigman Dolph Ziggler. Pinfall opportunity, but a strong kick out early on from Ziggler. I'll be very curious to see how the future of DIY goes as a tag team. They recently defeated Imperium in tag team action. So we'll see how they continue to carry themselves, and we'll see, when they might get a tag team title opportunity down the line. Especially with, Survivor Series coming up, but, Halloween Havoc, they don't have a match. So if they can just continue to build up what brought them to the show and what reunited them, I think there's plenty of potential for DIY to be a mainstay here on Monday Night Raw. It's Tommaso Ciampa just eating this up right now. That's a big old knee right to the temple of Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler is in trouble right now. Tommaso Ciampa taking him to the woodshed. And when you have Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, those accolades will add up. Certainly Johnny Gargano, a former WWE champion, former NXT champion as well. So, I mean, certainly this guy is one of the best, especially in NXT's history. Gargano is actually a former Mr. NXT Money in the Bank. He tried to attempt a cash-in on Tommaso Ciampa, but that didn't work out. That was years and years ago, obviously. As Ziggler going to go with the sleeper here to Tommaso Ciampa. Try to slow down any momentum that Ciampa has currently. It is going down the drain. Ziggler with a sleeper hold. As now, wait a minute, Ziggler. Oh, Ciampa. Oh, I thought maybe Ciampa might try to turn that into a pinfall. Try to steal a victory there. Why not? As a jumping clothesline takes down Ziggler. Now we got ourselves a back and forth matchup, a 50-50 matchup here. As Ziggler tuning up the band just like Shawn Michaels. Can he hit it? Ziggler. Super kick right on the chin of Ciampa. Is that enough? 2. No, Ciampa kicks out at 2.5. We'll see if Ciampa can somehow just muster some offense in right now, because he's desperate for some offense at this exact moment here. But now again we are at a stalemate as a standing drop kick takes down Ciampa. That super kick that Ziggler hit, that was very impressive. It was right on the chin there of Ciampa, but no. Ciampa talking about right on the chin, busting open Dolph Ziggler, and that may have woken Dolph Ziggler. Moving out of the way, Ciampa, can he capitalize? Those big haymakers and the kick, and then a big old discus clothesline for a good sake. Ciampa all fired up, trying to get this crowd behind him right now. This might be the moment he needs. But Ziggler just one step ahead of him there. Ziggler again misses that stinger splash, and he gets hit with a clothesline. Can Ziggler... And Ziggler might just have to take out that clothesline out of his repertoire in this matchup. Ciampa sees it coming every single time. Look at Ciampa now. Oh, look at this. Impressive neck breaker. Absolutely brutal maneuver. And now that ground and pound game that Tommaso Ciampa is so good at is coming into play. And Ciampa having all the momentum. Can he keep this up? Can he capitalize? Ciampa telling Ziggler to stay down. And rightfully so. Ziggler, I don't know how much more he can take. He's about to take the fairy tale ending. No. Ziggler connects with a Alabama slam. Ooh, and then a big old headbutt right on top of the skull as well. Will that be enough for Ziggler to get himself back in this matchup, but as well as to maybe finally put away Ciampa? Ciampa tried going for that fairy tale ending, but Ziggler too much, and Ziggler tuning up the band. Super kick to Ciampa. Certainly, this has to be it. 2, 3, yes it is. Dolph Ziggler survives Tommaso Ciampa. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. If Tommaso Ciampa hits that fairy tale ending, you gotta believe the matchup is going to go in the favor of Tommaso Ciampa. It doesn't mean that Ziggler wouldn't have kicked out, but you got to believe Ciampa would have been the one walking out victorious. But right there, Ziggler picks up the win, despite not having Big E or Braun Breaker out here after what Goldberg did by taking out Braun Breaker and Big E just moments before the matchup. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Goldberg had his own locker room after taking out Big E and Braun Breaker. And oh no, this is not going to be good for Ziggler. Goldberg coming out here to whoop Ziggler's ass. If I'm Ziggler, I am running the hell out of here and saving it for next week at Halloween Havoc. But Goldberg will be making his entrance later on tonight. Goldberg faces off with the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns in your main event just here in a little bit. But Goldberg seems like he wants to put this away tonight. Goldberg wants to bring that fight to Dolph Ziggler right here, right now. And certainly, as now here comes Goldberg. Here comes Goldberg, right off the ropes, spinning heel kick. Goldberg face to face with Dolph Ziggler. And a big old clothesline, for goodness sake, though. Goldberg eating this up right now. He's going full on psychopath. That is not good for Dolph Ziggler. I guarantee you that is. Oh no, he's attacking the left knee. Goldberg meaning business tonight. Wasn't too happy with what happened just a couple weeks ago here on Monday Night Raw. Oh, and a big super kick just for good measures. Oh, but look at Ziggler trying to roll out the way, but certainly that is not going to help out Ziggler. Even Goldberg pulling out the super kicks. The WWE Hall of Famer is here, and he's bringing the big-time fight to Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler wanted the fight. He's going to get himself a fight. He's going to get it right here, right now. Jackhammer there to Dolph. And what is Goldberg thinking now? Is he thinking about spear? Maybe not. Oh, and a big old super kick again. Maybe going to save the spear for another day. And now, going to get ourselves a little taste again. Another jackhammer for Dolph Ziggler in the middle of this ring. What a way for Goldberg to demolish the rest of D-Generation X tonight. And we'll see how it fares coming up at Halloween Havoc next week, live. And ladies and gentlemen, Seth Freakin Rollins will be making his way down to the ring. The ever-personal feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins continues tonight, but this time it is in a tag team matchup where CM Punk and Logan Paul will team up to take on Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, who, like we mentioned before, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, they've had their own personal feuds before, but now they are partners tonight. We'll see how they fare as a duo. Very interesting to see how this is going to pan out. Seth Rollins and CM Punk, though, for the very first time ever, coming your way at Halloween Havoc in series history. These guys are going to tear each other apart. We saw last week it even got much worse between the duo. We saw CM Punk take on Rey Mysterio. CM Punk would win, but Rollins would come out of nowhere and beat down CM Punk. It seemed there for like a second Punk actually might get the upper hand on Rollins, but CM Punk just could not keep Rollins down, and Rollins would put down CM Punk. It's going to be a hard-hitting feud, ladies and gentlemen. And I feel like I say that about a lot of them, but this is going to be a feud that's been out there for years and years of building up between those two. When CM Punk was no longer in WWE, Seth Rollins took over the company, became that next top star, the man that's dominated WWE, something that CM Punk never got the opportunity to do. He got the opportunity, but he never got to get to that opportunity where he wanted to main event WrestleMania. He believed he was that type of competitor, and I personally believe he could have main evented a WrestleMania, but he just never was able to. But Seth Rollins, on the other hand, was the man to do it. That's what the big gripe for CM Punk leaving WWE was, because he believed he got disrespected by WWE, plus a bunch of other issues along with that, but I digress when it comes to that. But I cannot wait to see this tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen. CM Punk and Logan Paul, very intriguing duo to say the least. Logan Paul looking to make a name for himself through AJ Styles. It only can take one knockout punch, or it may take that skull-crushing finale that Logan Paul recently used here on Monday Night Raw to defeat Carl Anderson. As there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the second City Saint, the best in the world today, CM Punk. Certainly CM Punk, he's ready to not only get back in the win column, at least when it comes to pay-per-view wise, but get back to being that superstar he was down in NXT, where he was dominating the landscape there in NXT. And certainly the competition there in NXT is not the same as what you're going to get here on Raw and SmackDown. But certainly Punk still did the best that he could, and that was absolute dominate NXT. And there's a lot of big names down there. Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes. You know, you have Chris Jericho right now still down there. Samoa Joe, Sting, Wardlow, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley. All those big-time superstars there. So there's definitely a different style, you could definitely say, there in NXT compared to Raw and SmackDown. As now, here comes the social media megastar, Logan Paul. We saw how he did in singles action. We'll see how he fares in tag team action. We saw Logan Paul was with The Miz when Logan Paul and Miz were together before Miz got moved over to SmackDown. But I believe this may have really fired up Logan Paul. He was willing to start from the very bottom and get himself to the very top, but with Miz leaving, he felt like, he might be an afterthought here on Monday Night Raw, so he decided to listen to more of the advice from Miz and start cutting corners and getting to where Logan Paul didn't believe he was going to be, but, that's where exactly where he's at. And I don't know if this man is going to become champion anytime in the near future. He's very talented in that ring, but it's very unpredictable when it comes to what Logan Paul is going to be bringing to WWE here. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. We got Seth Rollins and CM Punk kicking off this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be absolutely chaotic for sure. And of course, both men are going to want to beat the living crap out of each other before they get into that massive matchup at Halloween Havoc. I'm not surprised they're not brawling before the matchup or even after the matchup. It's just how built up frustrations have been brewing between both superstars. Rollins lost last week to Drew McIntyre, which was a hard-hitting matchup. Seemed like that would have been the perfect opportunity for Rollins to continue to build up his own side. McIntyre, though, was able to finally break his losing streak against Rollins, and just losing streak in general. But, at least for Monday Night Raw's sake, that McIntyre did not continue his losing streak. You just never know how that goes for a superstar once they start losing a couple matches in a row like that. It's Punk now, going to get the tag, and now we're going to get ourselves a little taste of next week again with Logan Paul and AJ Styles. We saw last week Logan Paul would have an interview, would grab that mic after the matchup and say, hey, I'm going to be here next week. How about you come out and accept my challenge? All of a sudden, AJ Styles comes out of nowhere, hits the phenomenal forearm on Logan Paul, and he says, I accept, kid. I'll see you next week. So AJ Styles is not backing down. This is going to be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. Certainly, you got a veteran like AJ Styles that seemingly has done it all here in WWE, and then you got this young and up-and-coming social media megastar that is looking to cut corners and be the best of the best here on Monday Night Raw now, but trying to do it through AJ Styles, that might come back to bite Logan Paul. Or it might very well work out for him. You just don't know. As here comes Seth Freakin Rollins, going to look to maybe slow down Logan Paul enough. Or may actually let Logan Paul get the tag here so he can get his hands on CM Punk. As here comes Punk, center of that ring. Here we go. Both men now again. Going to go for that back suplex. That lower back definitely going to be fragile, especially pinfall. It's a strong kick out from Rollins. And Rollins going to do that That veteran thing rolling away from Punk, but Punk, oh no, Punk goes over the top rope. And now Rollins has the sights focused on Logan Paul. Why not? This matchup is going to start breaking down even more. Why not have some cheap shots? But that focus goes down the drain as Punk now is going to get that upper hand. As now look at this. Beautiful power slam there from Punk. Like we mentioned, CM Punk being a NXT champion definitely will have sights on that World Heavyweight Championship, but when exactly will be the right time for Punk to capitalize and challenge for that World Heavyweight Championship? Currently, that World Heavyweight Championship of Roman Reigns is scheduled to be defended by or against Gunther coming up next week at Halloween Havoc. You know, there's a lot of superstars fighting to be that guy, to be next in line for that World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. Obviously, Roman Reigns over this past year or so, he's made a name for himself even more. Certainly from a United States champion to a world champion to WWE champion, Roman Reigns certainly has had big time wins in his career here in WWE. But you know, if Roman loses, how will that settle if Gunther is World Heavyweight Champion? There's so many different possibilities for Monday Night Raw. I mean, Gunther has had matches with the likes of AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and even The Rock last week, but most importantly, those superstars that have been here week in and week out, AJ Styles, Seth Freakin Rollins, and when Gunther was the United States champion, or he was challenging for the United States championship, he was running through superstars like Rollins, AJ Styles, Austin Theory, and Gunther is one of the biggest, literally biggest, and physically and just one of the best that Monday Night Raw has to offer. As Rollins going to go for that axe handle, Logan Paul just too far away, obviously, and now here comes Seth Rollins. And I honestly don't know who walks out with that World Heavyweight Championship at Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen. It's just one of those pay-per-views that, you know, it's going to be one of those things you have to find out and wait for. It's now Logan Paul. Big DDT there to Seth frickin' Rollins. And, of course, Logan Paul is going to want to tag in Punk so he can beat down a Seth Rollins. That's down, but Rollins, that jumping knee strike out of nowhere, and Rollins going to capitalize with a vicious neck breaker. Ooh, and a brutal knee. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Roman Reigns versus Goldberg, 1-on-1. And I believe this would be a first time ever matchup between both superstars, especially here on Monday Night Raw. I can only imagine what we're going to see in that matchup. We've already seen Goldberg take out all three members of Generation X, that being Big E and Braun Breaker backstage, but then would take out Dolph Ziggler after Ziggler defeated Tommaso Ciampa. So I can only imagine how Goldberg, he's already got the juices flowing. Wait and see how that fares. As now Punk high risk. But now look at Rollins trying to get him down. Punk now going for that elbow. Rollins had him occupied for a long time, and now Punk able to stop that maneuver, whatever Styles was. But both of them back and forth here. Punk now DDT spiking Styles, and now Styles is in trouble. Pinfall opportunity now. 2. No. AJ Styles able to kick out at 2.5. As this matchup continues, this has been a very brutal matchup here. Wait a minute, CM Punk. Oh, he's thinking Pepsi Plunge. I got to be assuming here, but Styles had that well scouted there, and now Styles with a big frog splash to the lower back of CM Punk. Here we go, pinfall opportunity to put away CM Punk, but way too early to put away Punk, it seems. And now Styles. Styles, look at that 450 splash. Making it look oh so easy. That should be it. No, but Logan Paul right there to save the day for CM Punk. It looks like Rollins, he wants some CM Punk right now, but referee's telling him to get back in his corner to avoid this matchup ending. I believe it'd be called a disqualification, or just ending it in general, but I believe it'd be a disqualification. As here we go. Oh, wait a minute, Logan Paul now. No way. He's stealing AJ Styles' finisher. Styles Clash. But luckily for Rollins, he's right there to save the day. And now Paul. Oh, look at this. Look at that maneuver. Takes down Rollins. 2-for-1 special. Absolutely craziness we're seeing here on Monday Night Raw. Going for that one lucky punch. Styles. No, back and forth we go. Logan Paul could literally hit that at Halloween Havoc and could literally walk out victorious. Man, this matchup is making me even more hyped up for Halloween Havoc than I already was. A lot of stuff going down in this matchup here. Absolute craziness, and Rollins doing it right in front of CM Punk here, raking the eyes of Logan Paul. Gotta play a little dirty sometimes. Seth Rollins knows all about that, certainly. Pinfall opportunity. Can he steal a victory right in front of Punk? But Logan Paul still has a lot left in him. Jumping knee strike again, takes down Paul. And as this matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of big-time matches we witnessed last night there at the SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view of Night of Champions. And wait a minute, curb stomp, turning Logan Paul inside out. Referee trying to get in position, gets inadvertently taken out from CM Punk there. And now Rollins still focused on Logan Paul here. Rollins from behind. Oh, look at this. Scroll-crushing finale to Logan Paul now. Everyone's stealing everyone's maneuver. Now, again, the referee being taken out by CM Punk. The first time, you gotta believe it was, it was an accident. But that second time, maybe there's a little bit more of a purpose to that. Referee back up to his feet and should be back in the ring momentarily. It's a big clothesline from Styles. Imagine this matchup could very well end in a disqualification after the referee's been hit twice now. He's going to be keeping an eye right on CM Punk, and I don't blame him. There's now another tag. Styles and Rollins working quite well together. You gotta love that. As Rollins over the top rope. Oh no! Hey, a little bit short in the shortcomings there, unfortunately for Rollins. And Logan Paul gonna mock this crowd here tonight, but certainly he's got to finish Rollins in the middle of this ring, though. Can get too cocky. Both superstars stealing finishers out of nowhere as Logan Paul moving out of the way. And oh no, the surgically repaired knee for Seth Rollins. He had that surgically repaired a couple years ago, and you just never know what very well could happen if it gets re-aggravated. And a big old boot from Logan Paul as well. But look at that. Seth Rollins right back up to his feet. Pure adrenaline from Seth Rollins. And now look at that maneuver. Absolutely impressive. Logan Paul is handling himself quite well with two of the best superstars on the Monday Night Raw roster. That being Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, ladies and gentlemen. At least I personally believe. Despite what we may think of Logan Paul, he's certainly catching on quite a bit about this wrestling stuff here in WWE. And especially being in the ring in total with all three superstars, three of the best to ever do it here in WWE, you got to believe that, Paul is doing great. Rollins is trying to crawl to a corner if he can. Or let's try to crawl to the rope. He gets Styles with the tag, though. Here we go. Styles and Punk. Punk now getting that swinging neck breaker on Styles. And what a main event type matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This very well could be the main event if Roman Reigns and Goldberg weren't your main event tonight. As, wait a minute, Styles has him up. Styles Clash to CM Punk. Is this it? 1, 2. No, Punk kicks out at 2.5. And look at Logan Paul. He's just standing there in corner. You gotta be very confident in that your tag team partner should be able to kick out. And Logan Paul looks like he absolutely believed that. As down goes Logan Paul. I thought maybe for a second he might try to go back after him, but I think AJ Styles realized this is the opportunity to put away CM Punk and company here. Oh my goodness, what a brain buster. I knew this matchup was going to be physical, but holy crap. As he tosses him back in the ring here, perfect opportunity for Styles again here. Slowly going to try to dissect CM Punk. Logan Paul back up to his feet, though. Seems like maybe Styles may be trying to get Logan Paul's attention here. And now back in the corner. Oh, look at that. Perfect double team maneuver. I don't think that's what Punk was trying to do, but a very unique combination from Punk and Logan Paul. And now Punk going to try to dissect AJ Styles, make sure he won't be 100% for his massive matchup there at Halloween Havoc. As CM Punk has Styles up. Here we go. CM Punk with go to sleep the GTS. Will that be enough? But of course Rollins right there to save the day, thankfully. Now Punk has to try to decide what he believes is going to be best here. Puts him in that sharpshooter type of position, but now going to use him like a surfboard and turns him inside out. And now Styles again continuing to fight back. That's what you got to love about the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. One of the best to ever do it here in the series history, ladies and gentlemen. Former Mr. Money in the Bank, former Universal Champion, former WWE Champion, former United States Champion. This man has done it all here in WWE for the most part. And look at these big kicks right there from Logan Paul, sending a message to Seth Rollins. And now Logan Paul, high risk here. Frog splash, but no, Rollins moved out the way. Can Rollins capitalize? This is a perfect opportunity for Seth. And now Seth gonna curb stomp the living crap out of Logan Paul. Is that it? One. No. CM Punk breaks it up once again. Rollins not too happy about it. And off the ropes we go. Big jumping knee to the face. And look at Rollins telling CM Punk to shh. And I don't know how many more times Logan Paul can get stomped before being knocked out. But luckily for Logan Paul, CM Punk is saving the day for him every single time. And certainly Styles would love to put this matchup away already. Both teams are not going to be 100% walking into next week's matchup. Certainly, you got to believe after tonight's matchup, but they still have a whole week next week, since that is the go-home show for Monday Night Raw next week live. We'll wait and see what goes down as now Styles gets Rollins in the ring here. What is Seth got to do here to put away Logan Paul? He cannot do anything at the moment. This matchup is going to break down, it seems like. Logan Paul seems like he's going to go after AJ Styles, but Punk telling Logan Paul focus on putting away Rollins at this moment. Strong kick out from Seth there. But if you guys are just tuning in for the night, we've had a heck of an episode for you so far. Bronson Reed versus Wade Barrett earlier on tonight, and Bronson Reed running right through Wade Barrett, though. Ooh, nice maneuver there from Rollins. Also, we saw Braun Breaker defeat Chad Gable, and then we saw Candice LaRae, Indy Hartwell defeating Damage Control's Iyo Sky and Dakota Kai. The Usos defeating Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. We saw Kairi Sane and Nia Jax in action. Always good to see both of those women back in action. As what a brainbuster! Kairi Sane winning via a count out there. Brainbuster into the pinfall, but again Punk saving the day. Punk's got to be getting frustrating that he has to keep saving Logan Paul here. Dolph Ziggler defeating Tommaso Ciampa as a Death Valley driver to Logan Paul. Logan Paul is busted wide open right now. Gets hit with a backstabber, then a flatliner. And Styles is dominating Logan Paul here. And of course, as soon as I say that, Logan Paul has a well-timed reversal here. And look at these kidney punches right now. That will certainly help Logan Paul keep Styles down. It's a brutal punch to the the face there. Logan Paul, high risk here. Perfect opportunity from Paul. Big time frog splash. Pinfall. 1. But Rollins right there to break it up. All 4 superstars are putting it all on the line in this matchup. It's been one heck of a matchup. Certainly the best of the best going at it. Rollins telling Logan Paul to screw off. Logan Paul's going to be very careful not to give Rollins any more that he needs right now, because certainly he would love to put down Logan. So here we go, CM Punk getting another opportunity in this matchup. Oh my goodness, Styles did not see that coming. Referee going to get in position, but might as well not, because Rollins and Punk right there, face to face. And Rollins didn't want any of that, didn't want to deal with that whatsoever. Uh-oh. Oh, Punk still has his eyes right on Rollins, but misses that axe handle. And something about Seth Rollins and CM Punk, these guys just don't like each other. Obviously, we've mentioned that history between each other, but just absolute craziness between those guys. It's another jumping knee. Rollins and CM Punk are just so damn good when it comes to those jumping knee strikes. Big old Hurricane Rana takes down Styles as well. But talking about Halloween Havoc once again, you know, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, those guys have that history. You got AJ Styles, Logan Paul. You got the veteran against the gentleman that's been barely in this business for a year. And then you got some more matches like Ilya Dragunov, Bronson Reed, the unification matchup between the United States and the United Kingdom Championship. Certainly going to be a massive matchup as well. With a big family matchup will be occurring live there at Halloween Havoc between the Usos and the team of The Rock and Solo Sikoa. You know, family is always going to butt heads, but it seems like, you know, that it's going to get even worse before it ever maybe get better between both sides. And Roman and The Rock saying they banished the Usos from the bloodline. I'm not saying that maybe there won't be eventually something worked out. Maybe, like I said, it might get better eventually. But how much worse will it get? As Rollins now, high risk in the corner, frog splash from Seth Rollins. But Logan Paul right there and will break it up. AJ Styles, Logan Paul here, but Rollins with a drop kick to Logan. Punk now, big kick to Rollins. This matchup is breaking down very, very quickly here. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are going to war here. And now here we go. Irish whip from Punk. Big time drop kick. And for Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen, it's the last exclusive pay-per-view for a good while, because after that we get Survivor Series, then that will lead us into Royal Rumble season, and then we will run into the Elimination Chamber here in WWE. That will be a co-branded pay-per-view, and then eventually that will lead us right in to WrestleMania. So these next couple months, we are going to be flying through everything, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be very physical. Twists, turns along the way as Logan Paul going to go with the Three Amigos, disrespecting the late, great Eddie Guerrero. And imagine if this is enough to put away Seth Rollins too. Ooh, luckily Styles was right there to break it up. Logan Paul now. Now a frog splash from Logan Paul. Is that enough this time? 2, or at least a very close to a 2 count. But luckily for Rollins, this is a tag team matchup. They're going to have to focus on basically taking out the other partner if they want any chance of winning this. As both sides have been working quite well together. I wasn't sure about Rollins and AJ Styles, but that was put out the window. These guys are working quite well together. So Punk getting out of the way, and now again targeting that left knee from behind. I believe Logan or CM Punk maybe set up a single leg submission hold on that left knee possibly. Punk now, oh, big kick to the side of the skull. That had some fierceness to that kick to the face. I'm surprised CM Punk isn't busted wide open, honestly. As now here comes the phenomenal one, AJ Styles against the best in the world, CM Punk. Springboard, clothesline, takes down AJ Styles. It's one of the best tag team matches we've seen in a very long time here on Monday Night Raw. It seems like these four superstars are putting it all on the line. They will not allow the other superstar to get much of anything going. Styles, oh, it looked like maybe Styles maybe even setting up that phenomenal forearm, kind of signaling the end is near for Logan Paul, but certainly may not be it just yet. But the rope break is occurred right there. Logan Paul grabbing that bottom rope, saving himself momentarily. As that blood continues to drip down the face, as here comes the calf killer here, but again the long legs of Logan Paul coming into play. Don't know how much more is going to be left from Logan Paul. He's literally in a fight of his life, taking on two of the best superstars Monday Night Raw has to offer. That's not Paul again and CM Punk working well in a duo right now. Can they continue to keep this up? The later this matchup goes, this honestly feels like a pay-per-view type of matchup with just how hard-hitting this matchup is going and all the shortcomings in this matchup with the close pinfalls, you know, the close submission holds and everything like that. Punk now. Oh, but AJ Styles saving Rollins there. Both men are down and out. Oh, wait, got Punk and AJ Styles now. This could be the opportunity Punk and Logan Paul need. Styles, ooh, gets hit with a Michinoku driver at ringside. And now Punk setting his sights right for CM Punk right now. This is his opportunity to do something with it. Uh-oh. Logan, uh-oh. I don't know what CM Punk was thinking, but he gets hit with a clothesline. I mean, from the looks of it, Punk may have been looking for a pedigree, but I'm not 100% sure if that's exactly what he had in store. He could have been turning it into a running powerbomb of sorts, but definitely did not work out in his favor. Rollins now going to look to send a message to CM Punk. Curb stop! And Punk is busted. Wide open. Pinfall opportunity. One. But Logan Paul again saves the day. Logan Paul has his sights, or I should say Styles has his sights on Logan Paul there. Big jumping forearm. And now Rollins again going to go to curb stop city on CM Punk, folding him in half. Pinfall, but again referee taken out, this time by Logan Paul. Man, this matchup, man, these guys are just, they don't give any cares about how they'll be walking out of this matchup. This is one of those matches you put on everything on the line. As a Styles with a brain buster again. And how is this guy moving right now? Styles is, every time he goes to the apron, you got to be thinking he's got to be, may have the phenomenal forearm at least on his mind, as Rollins gets tagged back inside the ring. Rollins now looking after Logan Paul. Uh-oh. Big time stunner takes down Logan Paul, and Punk now can take his time here at ringside. Realizes he has all the time in the world as he connects with a neck breaker there. Uh-oh, Punk. High risk, high reward. Does he really need this? No, he doesn't. He misses that. Can Rollins capitalize? Big dropkick. That only stunned Rollins, or stunned Punk, pardon me. And wait a minute. Seth is in a bad way. Pile driver out of nowhere. That has won CM Punk multiple matches ever since he's returned here to WWE. Man, those punches, man, so devastating. As now Punk setting up Rollins. Bad place to be. Rollins being set up on his shoulders. GTS there to Seth. That has to be it. No, Styles breaks it up. And now Logan Paul and Styles are going to go at it here. Styles taken out of the equation momentarily. We'll see if those guys will continue to fight or if it was just a momentarily interaction between both men. Uh-oh. Going to go for the sharpshooter possibly. Yes, sharpshooter as Styles and Logan Paul go at it ringside. Rollins may have to tap out here. Nowhere to go. Will Punk have him tap out? No. Rollins fights out of it. As again, more chaos, anarchy here at ringside. As now Rollins, Michinoku driver to CM Punk. These guys are beating the living snot out of each other. Big clothesline from Rollins. And now Rollins going to take the moment to get himself all fired up. If he's not fired up already, this is the moment for him. Now Rollins around the corner. Nice sling blade taking down CM Punk. It only continues to get better. And it's very surprising when you think of Seth Rollins. He only has one WWE Championship reign in his lengthy career. He has been a multi-time United States champion, multi-time tag team champion, but he's only held the WWE Championship once, which is absolutely crazy to think about with just how damn talented he is. Rollins now with CM Punk here. Looked like he was going to try to go for a tag, but Best in the World is not going to allow that to happen, at least early on here. Oh my God. These kicks are just absolutely brutal, man. Another tag. Here comes the A-list social media star Logan Paul, as again Rollins one step ahead of him. And the longer this matchup is going to go, you definitely got to believe it's going to favor Rollins and AJ Styles, I believe. Logan Paul could become a risk for CM Punk the later this matchup goes. It's a brutal DDT there from Styles. Uh-oh. Styles. We might see our first phenomenal form this whole matchup. Yes, he does. Styles with that phenomenal form, but again, the Best in the World breaks it up. Uh-oh. Are we thinking he's thinking another one, but oh, of course. CM Punk has to ruin the day. Big Enzuigiri there from Styles. It only could get worse from here from both teams here. A spinning backhand, and now Logan Paul gets decimated with that clothesline. And now Styles gonna set up Punk, or should say for Logan Paul, for another phenomenal forearm. And I would say this would be it, but CM Punk is right there to break it up. How much more can these guys take? They have taken it all tonight. Phenomenal forearms, curb stomps, GTSs. Everything you can think of, we've seen from both sides. Nice maneuver there from Rollins to continue to impress here late. Now Seth. Big time swinging neck breaker takes down Logan Paul. And now here comes AJ Styles. Again, just the preview between these superstars, it has been great from both sides. We're going to see Logan Paul, AJ Styles at Halloween Havoc. See Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Those two collide. Battle of who is better. Now Styles. Going to go for a DDT. Logan Paul trying to fight back. The ribs of AJ Styles in this matchup have to be absolutely feeling it right now with the amount of kidney shots and rib shots that Logan Paul has done to Styles tonight. As now here comes CM Punk, going to look to try to put down AJ Styles once and for all in this matchup. Is an Anaconda Vice out of nowhere. Styles might have to tap out here. But Rollins right there to break it up. It took some kicks to the skull, but it was enough. Now CM Punk gonna take his time here, gonna go after, right after him. Trying to take out that left knee of Logan Paul. Is now Logan Paul trying to survive out here at ringside. Oh, the clothesline misses there from CM Punk there. And, oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Are we gonna see the Styles Clash? Styles Clash. Will that be enough? 1, 2. No, he kicked out. He kicked out. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. Punk is still in this matchup. How much more can both these teams take at this exact moment? And Styles now. Big leg drop on the neck there. Holy cow, these guys are just on a whole different level at this moment. The rope break saving CM Punk there. And now Logan Paul, oh my goodness, running right through running right through him. Here we go with the tag. And now again, Styles and Rollins working quite well together there. Oh, Insecurity to the side of the skull didn't really affect him too much. Oh no, Styles now. Oh god, this is getting very bad very quickly as a frog splash out of nowhere to CM Punk, and he steals it. Rollins with that frog splash. Big win for AJ Styles and Seth Rollins here tonight, live on Monday Night Raw. A much needed win for this duo. Will they get this at Halloween Havoc live there in Boston, Massachusetts? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I am the special advocate for your tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And all of you guys are expecting Roman Reigns to be taking on Goldberg tonight, but I do have some bad news for you. Roman Reigns does not wrestle in cities like this. Roman Reigns will not be putting on matches like this for free. So you will not be getting Roman Reigns versus Goldberg tonight. But Roman Reigns has decided to give you a temporary replacement for him. So tonight, Goldberg will be facing off with Solo Sikoa next. Well, that absolutely sucks. That is horrible news. Roman Reigns will not be giving us the announced matchup. We won't be having Roman Reigns versus Goldberg tonight, but Paul Heyman has announced that Roman Reigns will be giving us Solo Sikoa versus Goldberg. And I can understand Roman Reigns to an extent not wanting to have a big time matchup for free on free television. Would rather have that type of matchup on a pay-per-view. I totally understand that. But sometimes you're going to have matches where you're going to be on television. But well, Roman Reigns is getting replaced, that being Solo Sikoa, one of the most dangerous superstars here on Monday Night Raw. And we've already listed multiple accolades in the terms of big-time matches he has won, from Randy Orton, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. The list goes on for that man, Solo Sikoa. And he's going to look to add it to this man, Goldberg, who already ran through D-Generation X here tonight. As there he is. Goldberg is here. Ran through Braun Breaker, Big E, and Dolph Ziggler after Ziggler's matchup with Tommaso Ciampa. How will this match go on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm ready to see how Goldberg is in physical competition. I mean, certainly a couple weeks ago I was ready to hear from Goldberg, but we didn't even get that opportunity because Dolph Ziggler attacked him. The matchup was accepted, Ziggler and Goldberg. The matchup was official. Goldberg got himself from some revenge before his scheduled matchup with Roman Reigns. Right, well, Roman Reigns is not giving us that matchup, but is giving us, I guess, the second best matchup in this opportunity, that being Goldberg versus Solo Sikoa. Last week, The Rock took on Gunther, who is challenging for Roman Reigns' World Heavyweight Championship, and Gunther was able to defeat The Rock. With the help of the Usos, for sure, but you can't take that win away no matter what. But Goldberg looks to be in phenomenal shape still. A 50-something-year-old man still kicking ass and taking names. But will Solo Sikoa be next? Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Solo Sikoa is not going to be the type of man to back down from the likes of Goldberg. He's one of those superstars that will continue to run through any superstar he sees. As Solo Sikoa getting taken down here from Goldberg here. Street Champ might not know what he has in store for him, though. You can be all, you know, level-headed and everything, but once you get in the ring with one of the baddest wrestlers of all time, one of the most badass wrestlers of all time, certainly, you know, it's going to be one of those things that, you know, it's going to change your mindset very, very quickly, even if you have a man like Paul Heyman at ringside. Here we go, off the ropes. Goldberg showing you that agility and a spine buster to Solo. Solo continuing to fight back, and he does with those big elbows to the midsection. Longer this matchup goes, it's going to favor Solo Sikoa. Obviously, Goldberg's not used to those long matches. We'll see how it fares tonight as over the top Goldberg goes. Solo trying to steal one here early. Will this be enough? No, it will not. Imagine if Solo can steal a win tonight over the likes of a Goldberg, ladies and gentlemen. How that would fare for Solo as he continues to pick up those massive wins here in all of WWE. Raw, SmackDown, it does not matter. Solo can get it done. Spinning heel kick there from Solo. Will that be enough to put away Goldberg? No, it will not. Plenty left in Bill Goldberg. Solo now. Big, I guess you could call that a flying headbutt there to Goldberg. He is in trouble. The Street Champion, the enforcer of the bloodline, has Goldberg in trouble. And if you're Ziggler, you got to be in the trainer's room. You got to be loving this right now and what Solo Sikoa is doing to the competition for next week at Halloween Havoc. Look at Solo, just multiple headshots, man. He might even not even make it to that matchup next week at the pay-per-view. Collar elbow tie-up. Solo continuing to take it to Goldberg, and Goldberg outside here. Can Solo keep this up? The momentum has been in this corner in the last couple minutes, but to defeat Goldberg, it is not going to be easy. You got to expect the unexpected with the man Goldberg. Oh, vicious headbutt again, attacking that cut on the top of the head of Goldberg. Is that swinging side slam there? That may be enough to put him away. 2. No, he kicks out. And Solo's telling the referee, count faster, man. That is a 3. But certainly Goldberg, like I mentioned, not going to go down without a fight here. Plenty left in the tank. And Goldberg doing the right thing, trying to roll out of the way, make Solo exert all of his energy right now. Both men running into each other. It might be an opportunity. Let's look at this. Samoan drop to toss a grown-ass man like that. We are witnessing superstar stardom right now from Solo. As soon as I say that, Goldberg, something switched in this man. Military press slam. And now, will that military press slam be enough? No, strong kick out there. Goldberg has not done enough damage to Solo just yet. And I believe Goldberg just wasted his opportunity. He was trying to get this crowd all fired up, all behind him. That sparked something in Goldberg when he was able to reverse that Samoan spike. Vicious headbutt there from Solo. Uh-oh. Solo looking to end this matchup very, very soon, it seems. Continuing to go after that open cut. Why not? Big flying headbutt again. Definitely got the shades of Umaga. Another clothesline. Goldberg just has not been able to get much offense going whatsoever when he's taken on Solo Sikoa here. Oh, and headbutt right to the shoulder blade. That is not going to be feeling too good. With the amount of strikes we're seeing from Solo, Goldberg might have to get some surgery before his matchup with Dolph. Oh, wait a minute. Goldberg has Solo Sikoa up. Looking for that jackhammer. Jackhammer to Solo. Is that it? 2. No, he kicks out. Holy cow. Damn, that was a impressive jackhammer, but Solo to kick out like that, this is a star-making moment for sure for Solo, continuing to get bigger and better every single week as Goldberg with a flying axe handle to the outside. And now that ground and pound game of Goldberg. Look at this, these vicious elbows, and now that last one cutting Solo Sikoa. Don't know where at exactly, but still absolutely brutal going on right now. Referee out of 5. Goldberg telling Solo Sikoa to stay down. Solo stirring up to his feet. And Paul Heyman all excited about it. He is loving how this matchup is going, but just like that, Solo gets hit with a clothesline, and down he goes. And Solo's off, frustrated right now. He's ready to whoop some ass. Gonna go for a back suplex on the outside, man. I don't care who you are. Those suplexes or any maneuvers on the outside is definitely going to be hurting for certain. Oh, almost throwing him into those steel steps there. Paul Heyman guarding Solo Sikoa right now. And you can see Paul Heyman talking with Solo right now, saying, hey, well, you can do this. Continue to bring that pressure to Goldberg. And Goldberg has him up, military press slam, making that look so dang easy, and he's able to take the victory. Yes, he is. What a hard-hitting main event of the evening between Goldberg and Solo Sikoa, and that big-time military press slam gets Goldberg the victory tonight. Goldberg still celebrating his big win. Roman Reigns from behind. It's funny how he doesn't want the matchup on free television, but he sure as hell will beat the living crap out of Goldberg after the matchup. How amazing is that? I think Roman Reigns just doesn't want to have a big matchup before his championship matchup against Gunther. Which is just, you hate to see it. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, from behind Goldberg now, trying to bring the fight to Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champion. Again and again here. Come on, Goldberg. Don't take this laying down. Spinning heel kicks again. And again, look at these backhands, and oh no, look at that. Roman not backing down as well. This is breaking down and not for the better as well. Oh no. Roman getting these steel steps. This is never good. Waiting for Goldberg to get up to his feet here. Oh my God. Come on, ref. At least try to grab Roman at least. This is just absolutely horrendous. And now, gonna grab him and bounce him off the announce table. Can we get somebody out here, please? Brutal maneuver after brutal maneuver. Not playing around as Roman Reigns. Like I said, it's very funny how Roman can't take a damn matchup, but he sure as hell can do what he's doing now. This is your World Heavyweight Champion, everyone. Big spear from the Tribal Chief. And make sure you acknowledge your Tribal Chief as well. Big spear from Roman Reigns laying out Goldberg. I bet Dolph Ziggler is loving what he is seeing here. Superman punch from Roman Reigns to Goldberg, and Reigns spear to Goldberg. What a way to end Monday Night Raw with Roman Reigns on top. You guys so much for tuning in. And wait a minute, that's the ring general. Gunther is here. Gunther is here. Release powerbomb. The ring general has just taken out the world heavyweight champion Roman Reigns, and looks like he's not done yet. Again, Gunther with a release powerbomb, sending a message to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns believed he was clever for what he was doing, and now Gunther is going to be even more clever and beat down the tribal chief to end Monday Night Raw. Holy crap. Was not expecting this to go on tonight. Gunther must have been working out backstage, watching what's going on, because right now we're witnessing brutality as we speak here. So, this ain't good. This ain't gonna be good, I can tell you this now, as the table explodes, even before he hits the table, but we don't care. And now, oh no, not on the broken table, oh my God. What a way to end Monday Night Raw. The ring general, the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship, puts down Roman Reigns.